We are back with another Age of Mythology casted game. This time we are watching Matty as the Kronos, also known as El Matador, versus Pegasus as the Hades player. And these players are considered, I mean, at least by me, as two of the highest micro-skilled players. So people that are going to be crazy in a fight, really high APM players, and they're both players that I really like to watch. Pegasus doesn't play the ladder much, but I believe the most recent, or the tournament coming up, is all based on your ladder statistics. So I think we'll be seeing more of him, and I really like watching his games. I've seen that he's streaming recently, and he's a good player to watch, as well as El Matador, an AoE 2 player, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously, if you're playing that game, your micro has got to be on point. And also, we're seeing Hades versus Kronos. Kronos, very good for the high APM micro players because of the Terma, because of all the time shifting that you can do, because of the Chiroballister micro, if you're choosing to go that way instead of the Terma. They are very slow units, but they're ones that you have to move about in your army and get really good army positioning. It's more about army positioning than actually tiny little movements, but doing like the 180-degree turns, moving your Kairos in a safe spot to then body block with some of your Mamillos or your Catapultis, whatever you choose to go for, or your Prometheans. That's the sort of thing that you need to do there. And then if we're seeing from the Hades perspective, maybe some Minotaurs is going to be coming in, or some Cyclops, whatever you choose to do there. If you want to go for some raiding style with the Hippias, traditionally in the old game, we used to see Greeks going in with Hoplites and Hippias. Whether or not that's what the Greeks at the high level decide to do in this one or not, we saw Pegasus with all those gold villagers early. If you're wondering what the hell was that about, it's because he wants to get his upgrade Vaults of Erebus, which you need a temple to pray for, because you need 15 favor to be able to get that bad boy, and that is why he's prioritized that over early food. Might look a bit weird if you're not used to it, but all the Hades players out there know what's up. And it's also a pretty perfect build here. Fortunately, you needed to build the house with the two villagers, so maybe not as perfect as you would have liked, but not really a problem. Very, very strong build there to get your Vaults of Erebus out as soon as possible, and it'll be in about 3 minutes. This gives 2 gold per second, by the way, so it's a very, very strong upgrade, like getting 2 extra villagers, pretty much. If we look at the villagers, there aren't any on gold. I think you get 0.85 on gold, something like that, so it's like 2 and a bit villagers. Very, very strong. Then over this side, we're seeing the Kronos is advancing very, very early. Standard practice for him. We see his line of sight. What is he looking at? He's got a temple on the front. He's going through Prometheus, getting Prometheans in. Oracles, not building out any extra oracles. Maybe we'll build some more Prometheans just to get a little bit of early game damage done. Just before that happens, we can have a look at some relics. Ranged soldiers have more hit points. Very, very good. Cavalry speed upgrade, good, although it's only 5%. Villagers increased attack, it's okay. And then we get villager hit points, very, very good. Very, very strong anti-raiding sort of situation there. And we see deconstruction on the defensive temple. This temple was put in a way to stop the woodline from being harassed, but the deconstruction ability comes down. Very, very strong one. Promethean coming in, trying to get a little bit of damage done. Ajax doesn't really do much currently, so the Promethean can sit and hit if he really wants to. The issue is he doesn't know how fast Pegasus has gone up to the next stage. If that was a 4-minute, then the Ajax would have just taken out this guy super duper quickly, and he would have just basically wasted his HP there. And every 15 seconds, you're going to get a little bit confused about whether your opponent's going up to the next stage, which is why we see him backing out at 14 seconds. He knows exactly the timings, and he's trying to bait with this side to get a bit of damage this side. But while this is going on, what is El Matador doing? And I want to pause this section so we can actually see what he's doing without missing some of the action. It looks like so far he's just trying to do nothing. But he has enough resources in the bank for a town center, which is, I assume, what he's going for with the one on food. But the amount of just annoying harassment that he's actually got is pretty decent here. Didn't manage to get any kills, but at the top level, with the 2 Prometheans, it's very hard to actually get any kills. It's more about just dealing the damage of the time taken, especially when it gets up to the next stage, gets that free Minotaur. Looks like there is enough resources as well for Pegasus to go for a second town center. And El Matador, he does go for this one, gets his mana up. Surprised to not see the double mana time shift, but actually he only has 1 mana. That's why. Manas for Kronos buildings much faster, so you just want to get those in. It's like having extra villagers on it, basically. And it looks like the villagers for Pegasus come through. He's assuming that there was no more aggro from El Matador, so he's going, well, I'm going to take a forward town center then. And if we look at the town centers as far as they go, this town center is pretty good. I mean, it has all of this food on it. Well, we've got 12 times 150. That's a lot of food. And then this side, the settlement over here, does somewhat secure elephants, does somewhat secure the gold mine, but not really. It doesn't fully defend them, whereas this one's behind it. So this one's fully defended. You just need to put barracks here, stable here, whatever it is. One building basically makes you walk all the way around the town center, and that's just basically not being attacked. So this is the better town center. It also gets more map pressure. It kind of secures this gold mine. If you were to, again, put some kind of wall barrack situation here, then El Matador is going to have to come all the way around this side. We do see, I was going to say a little bit of aggro from the Catastropus, but I mean, that's nothing to really worry about. Elephant will be in here. He can just tank up this. Actually, this is the Hero Citizen. I thought he would do it with the non-Hero Citizen to then Valor up that to get it to full HP, but maybe just aggroed against the wrong one. Hero Citizen is here, can deal with the Minotaur if he wants to. Nice mana time shift in position. It is a little bit late for this raid, but there is one hero here. Deciding to back up with this one. Maybe he'll hero-wise another one. Achilles coming in as well, and that's going to force El Matador off this juicy elephant as well. 700 food left in this guy. You definitely want to be on it. But also seeing the Terma raids, just as we said earlier. It's going to be a mixture of the villagers trying to get it, and then these guys trying to take down the mana. Do see that town center went up. Promethean coming back. There were still some low HP villagers. Might be able to get some of these. Looks like Pegasus. No, I thought he was going straight for the sentry tower. I think he's preoccupied down the bottom here. So it looks like this villager's definitely going to go down. But the villagers down the bottom has been forced off of the elephant there. And this is the power of Terma in a strong APM player's hand. Is just they're so difficult to actually take out at that 5.3 speed. The Hippias are faster, so they will eventually catch up with them. So now he does have to worry. Looks like the mana is just going down. You could time shift this away, but the issue is when you time shift it, you can deal more damage to it, so it'll just go down quicker. Just basically just sacking it instead. Looks like the Hippias have found 2 Terma, and the Terma might go down. There's still some aggression coming over here. Terma on Ajax. Let's say Pegasus has defended this nicely, gets his Hippias out. Yes, the Promethean is into tank, and you don't really want to be attacking that. That's kind of just a brick wall for these Hippias. You need to get your Ajax in there. Achilles that's down here. Achilles trying to get a little bit of damage in as well. Valor coming down to try and deal with the Minotaur, but the Hippias is in to try and take out the Chirobalister, but town center too strong. We'll be able to get one citizen kill though. Absolutely huge with just 3 units here. Chirobalister hero, such an important unit there that looks like it's going down. You can't garrison it. It's too big. He's too big to fit in the sentry tower, and that goes down. Catapultes are now the unit to be chosen by Pegasus, El Matador against Pegasus, which is definitely the choice if you're going up against Hippias. Looks like he is still going in with some Terma though, so still wanting to get some raids off probably. Nice bit of control here just to get away from the Minotaur. There's some low HP Hippias if he wants to move around, but the Minotaur special too strong. So many low HP Terma though. They might be able to get a decent amount of value trying to get away with this one, but doesn't. Nice micro from Pegasus as well. This is what we're saying. These top level guys that just dodge the arrows. The annoying arrow business. Dodges those straight up. No more oracles out. Just the standard 3. Does have 28 favor in the bank. Does have enough for more oracles if that's what he wants to go for, but probably just prioritizing getting more units out. Probably wants to spend those resources on more catapultes. Now we've seen the sheer amount of Hippocon, and then when he sees medium Hippocon come through as well, Hippias even. Hoplites coming in. So this is the comp that we said earlier. The reason that you don't want to go for archers as Pegasus here, even though that is Hades' bonus, is the Atlanteans want to build Terma. Terma are fast. They deal good damage to archers and not much damage to anything else. So they want to build these guys because they're so mobile. But if you don't build any archers, it gives them less value, basically. So that's the reason that we see this. You see the wooden wall going up next to the manor as well. This tiny little bit here, so this one's going to go up a little bit quicker. Looks like El Matador has spotted that this is where the aggression is going to come in, which is the reason for the defensive walls. Terma, surprised the Termas aren't off on raids. They're trying to defend the Hippias, which isn't ideal. There's a 1 HP Hippias here, whether he can survive and deal some damage. But the Terma also low HP as well. Pulls them back slightly late as well, but Caraballas are doing good damage. And then, yeah, the Catapulties, as soon as they get onto these Hippias, they just rip them apart. 4 times multipliers, 6.6. They just go down so quick. Look how many low HP ones there are. Nice micro from Pegasus to try and get onto the back line. But the Elephant actually doing a good job of blocking them in. There isn't that many Catapulties, though, so it looks like Pegasus is deciding to go for this fight. Also, Restoration in. This guy isn't Poseidon, even though the Hippias are in. He does have Restoration. That was a huge value Restoration. There was so many low HP Hippias back up to full. Looks like that the Promethean's doing a good job of tanking, though. Definitely needs to get onto those Terma. Caraballas as well. Caraballas and Micro very, very strong. But these two guys should be able to take them down. It looks like Catapulties, while I was looking over here, all went down. Needs to get more of those out. There's just not enough counter barracks out. And Pegasus is just storming through here. Needs to get more counter barracks up. It's got so many resources. I think I'm on his perspective. El Matador's perspective. Only got 2 counter barracks up. Whereas if we go to Pegasus, he's got 3 stables and 3 military academies. So he's got 3 times the amount of buildings. 6 versus 2. Yes, the Greek ones build a bit slower, but still, you need to get more military buildings out. Also, I mean, maybe just more oracles to just spam out Prometheans. Since you have the Promethean upgrade, yeah, you need alluvial clay. It's an absolutely huge upgrade. It gives 3 little spawns instead of 3. Yes, it does give some other nice bonuses with the HP and whatnot, but it's mainly for that extra dude that pops out. And then the mana raids coming in. Pegasus as well, just very happy just to sit over here, getting his farms up, securing most of the map with his nice forward town center advantage. Now the hoplites getting onto these Catapulties. The hoplites win this fight every day of the week. 9 damage versus 6.6. More HP. Oh, same HP, actually, but just more damage. Yeah, same HP. Hoplite do have more armor as well. The hoplites are also decent. They have a slight damage multiplier versus cavalry, which Terma are technically cavalry, so a little something there. Looks like both players are starting to back off slightly. I assume El Matador has now dropped some more counter barracks. No? Maybe this is the AoE 2 mindset. Okay, he has dropped 3 military barracks, though. So he has dropped more military buildings. But maybe that's an AoE 2 thing. I don't know how many military barracks and things they build in that game. But if you look at some of the very high-level AOM players, like Chemo or someone like that, they absolutely spam up military buildings. I want to see if Pegasus has got any more. Yeah, so he's still building them. This is just something that if you want to get better at doing the classical fights, you just need to keep dropping buildings down. They both have the resources for it. It looks like we're seeing both players go to the next age also. We're also trying to see the Hippias get on the back line to those Caraballas. Nice bit of micro here to try and get away from it. The Hippias need to run away from those Catapulties because, again, just get shredded by those guys. Shades coming in with the big prostagma horrible noise they make. The hero will be able to take this. It takes it out in one shot. Oof. Hero Caraballas. Who knew? So that fight looks like it went in favor of El Matador this time. The Hippias being chased away by those Catapulties, but El Matador did lose most of those Caraballas. So this one going to go down. This one going to go down. This one's out of position also. Sorry for moving that too quickly. And they just need to get back. Caraballas are so strong, but if you lose them, it hurts so much. How much do these guys cost? Like 215 resources versus a normal unit that's like less than 100 basically. It's just not nice. Curse used this side just to get the Mamillos and the Catapulties because they're so cheap. It's based on unit resource, so the Caraballas you wouldn't get as many of them, but it would be nice just to take them down anyway. Now we see Hippaspis out, and if we thought the Hoplite matched up well against the Catapulties, the Hippaspis is even better. What's the multiplier? Times 5. Bonus multiplier of 5 is disgusting. Satyrs in, plus 2,500 wood. Could definitely get some Satyrs in. Looks like anti-raiding survival equipment in. I do see the fortress come up for Pegasus. Straight away deconstructed. Does manage to get the Ajax out, actually, before it goes down. Zom, is that Zom number 2? No, that was Zom number 1. So Zom comes up on the forward town center. That's the other benefit of getting a forward town center with Hades. This Sentinel's just so obnoxiously strong. Not obnoxiously strong, just a little bit of extra help. I think I just overrated it there. El Matador is nice, has a nice kind of position here with all these gold mines. He's got so many gold mines that are secured. The only thing about his position is he doesn't have this gold mine. It doesn't have his third town center. Whereas Pegasus' position, he has his next town center behind him. So that's really going to help him. Looks like El Matador wants to push Pegasus off of this town center. This town center is also going through Artemis. So if El Matador can stop this, it'll be absolutely huge. It's kind of a ballsy play to not do it in the front town center. But we see the restoration here. Restoration number 2 to counter the chaos of El Matador there. Restoration, such a versatile god power. It's why Greeks have so many praying. It costs 100 favor, but it's absolutely worth it. The chaos there with all these counter units, the Hypaspis just tear each other down. Sage is doing good damage in. I assume the Chiron's coming over, microed over, slight misclick, but he'll just go on the Satyr, assuming. No, just decides to back up. Artemis coming in soon. Don't want to overstep before your Mythic Age power spike comes in. Also, Earthquake, because these guys don't have that much crush armor, Earthquake actually does okay against siege. So you can just drop it on the Caraballo, especially if they're next to a palace, they can't garrison in. So you could just drop it here, probably around here, and it would do some good damage. Looks like El Matador decided to get lots of buildings up now and transition into this late game. So yeah, he does, or mid game even. He does have a lot of military buildings now. Big stun from the Nemean line coming in, and this is what we're saying. Caraballo goes down. I think they were all kind of taken down anyway, but we can see that Earthquake does huge damage to them. It's not a big deal for this gold mine. He can just come back to this one. He's absolutely fine here, but losing this kind of ground isn't going to be ideal. It's going to give Pegasus this gold mine to go on and kind of put him in the driver's seat for this game. We do see that villager numbers are basically the same. I mean, both players got their town centers up relatively early. And we see that Nemean Lion just tanks for days. 891 hit points because he's Hades and in the Mythic Age. Both of those give big upgrades. Chimera Fire is divine damage. Who knew? But it looks like El Matador here is struggling to get units out. It's because he wanted to go Atlas. So it looks like he prioritized getting the Atlas over the extra military units, which he's now getting out now, as well as Levy Palace soldiers. So potentially wants to go into those destroyers or fanatics. I assume destroyers to take down the town center. Fanatics against Hypaspis don't sound like a good idea. So I assume it's destroyers. Although destroyers do get countered by Hypaspis also. And this is what you want to do if you're Pegasus. You've got the map advantage, so take that town center. Looks like El Matador does want to go for it. It's a little bit too late. He was probably about 10 seconds too late with that move. It's so unfortunate, but just got to back up now, go for those lions. And while this is happening, Pegasus on the back, showing the power of getting this forward town center instead. Because now he's 4 town center to 2 town center advantage. Does have to watch out for this implode that is coming. Implode has been nerfed and it does 100 divine damage. So things like the backline here, things like these Peltas, things like these Toxotes are going to go down. Hypaspis will almost be killed off. The same for those Hades Shades, will take about half HP. So I think it's been nerfed in a pretty decent way, to be honest, where it does good damage, but it doesn't just delete an army like it used to. Or supposedly shouldn't. Palace 8 seconds away from going up, and then this siege unit here, this Metropolis is just going to take it down instantly. Looks like we do see a couple of Cantarius coming in for a raid, but this is something that you see El El Matador do a lot normally, is a lot of these raids, but unfortunately this game just wasn't in a position to do so, and I think that is where he shines. If you can stop him from doing the raids, you're in a good position. And we saw all the units go in, archers die, everything else comes out with, oh, this guy's 6 HP, 44, 19 HP. Double Argus, though. Double Argus is actually pretty strong. I mean, these guys, if you drop the toxic down, they do a lot of damage. The issue is the units have to sit in that toxic, which you're just not going to do. So unfortunately, that one goes down. Nice forward fortress. Probably going to put a bit of pressure on the bottom side as well. Absolutely does. And that is it. Pegasus wins that one. El Matador decides he can't come back. 4 town centers to 2 advantage. And I think the majority of this game, obviously, I think constricting El Matador to not being able to do raids, putting the pressure on, really set him back. But also this forward town center grab with the superior hunt on it, also putting the pressure on down the bottom. It seems that grabbing a second town center and putting pressure on seems to be the way that these top level guys play. And if you want to replicate 2 town centers and pressure, I would advise doing it. It's definitely the way forward. And then we just see here, military advantage. I think civilians were pretty much the same. I think El Matador did get some good raids early on to poor Moose in the Blue. But Moose in the Blue does manage to get this one anyway. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.